Lord Krishna is referred as Rishikesha in this verse because he is the owner of all senses. So one of the name of Krishna here is Rishikesha. Vyas didn't write Krishna. He said Rishikesh. Rishikesh means who is the owner of all senses. Lord Krishna is in everyone and he is the owner of everybody's senses. And here he is owning the senses of Arjuna. Not only Arjuna. Everybody in that war. We'll come to know Krishna is in everything. So he is the owner of all senses. So he's called as Rishikesha. The living entities are part and parcel of him, and therefore the senses of the living entities are also part and parcel of his senses. The impersonalists cannot account for the senses of the living entities, and therefore they are always anxious to describe all living entities as senseless or impersonal. The Lord, situated in the hearts of all the living entities, directs their senses. But he directs in terms of surrender of the living entity. And in the case of pure devotee, he directly controls the senses. Here on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Lord directly controls the transcendental senses of Arjuna, and thus his particular name is Rishikesh. The Lord has different names according to his different activities. For example, his name is Madhusudan because he killed the demon named Madhu. So there are two names you learn today. Rishikesha, that is Krishna's name, controller of the senses. His name is Madhusudan. He killed a demon called Madhu, but Madhu also means pride. Madhu has two meanings. One is pride, and also it has meaning happiness also. So Madhu, based on the situation, the meanings will come out. So here he is called Madhusudan. Madhusudan means who destroys the pride. So that is one other name. And his name is Govinda, third name. Govinda means one who gives pleasure to go. Go means cows. One meaning. But go has other meanings also. Go means cows. Go means mind. Go means your senses. Go means earth. Go means the whole universe. That is why he lives in Go Loka. Loka means planet of Go, means the whole universe, highest planet, they'll say. So Go has so many meanings. Cows, mind, senses, earth, universe, everything is Go. Krishna lives in everything. Krishna is beyond everything. His name is Govinda because he gives pleasure to the cows. He gives pleasure to the mind. He gives pleasure to the senses. He gives pleasure to the earth. He gives pleasure to the universe. He gives pleasure to everyone. That is why he is called Govinda. Got it? So Rishikesh, Madhusudan, Govinda. Then the third name comes. His name is Devaki Nandan. Nandan means who gives happiness. Devaki Nandan means he gives happiness to his mother. Mother is Devaki. His name is Yashoda Nandan. Who gives happiness to Yashoda? He had two mothers, Devaki and Yashoda, who gives happiness to Yashoda. His name is Partha Sarthi. Sarthi means charioteer. He's moving the chariot of Parth. Parth means Arjun. Parth also has one meaning. Living entities. We are all made out of earth element. From dust we go, we come, in dust we go. We say, no, there is a quote in Bible or somewhere. We all come from earth, all these 5 elements. So all living entities are Parth. Parth has another meaning. Parth means living entities. And Parth also means Arjuna. Sarthi means charioteer. So charioteer of Arjuna or charioteer of all of us. Our body is made out of, we are living entities. So he is our charioteer. He gives pleasure to our senses. He is the charioteer of our senses. He holds the leash of our senses. So he is Partha Sarthi. Another name. So Rishikesh, we told, similarly, his name is Rishikesh because he gave direction to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjun is also referred as Dhananjaya, Arjun's name. So till now we are learning Krishna's name. Here Arjun is referred as Dhananjaya because he helped his elder brother in fetching wealth when it was required by the king to make different expenditures for different sacrifices. Similarly, Bhima is called Vrikodar, who can eat voraciously, as he could perform Herculean tasks. So he is referred with that Bhim, to whom Duryodhana says, oh, he's there, but his power is not so great. Here Vyasdev indicates, you have no idea what he is. He's Vrikodar. And he goes on, when we read Mahabharata, his character comes out like he can kill anybody. That kind of power he has. So he is Vrikodar. And he can perform a Herculean task, like killing the demon Hidimba. So the particular types of conch shells blown by the different personalities on the side of Pandavas, beginning with the lords, were all very encouraging to the fighting soldiers. On the other side, there were no such credits, nor the presence of Lord Krishna, the supreme bread director, nor that of goddess Fortune. Oh, once again, have they taken the name of? No, they have not taken. Okay, nor that of the goddess of Fortune. So they were predestined to lose the battle. And that was the message announced by the sound of the conch shells. Ananta Vijayam. Okay, I'll just read this thing. King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell, the Anant Vijay. Nakul and Sahadeva blew Sughosh and Mani Pushpak, the great archer of the king of Kashi, the great fighter Sikhandi, Drishtadumna, Virata, the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupad, the sons of Draupadi, and others, O king, such as the mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shell. So I just finished reading 16 to 18 shlokas, their translation, okay, the meaning. I'm not getting too much into the characters now. Wherever there is Krishna, I will try to focus on that because each and every character has different meaning. As I told you, first chapter itself will take a long time, but we have to get into the second chapter. 19th shloka, the blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. At that time, Arjun, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot, bearing the flag marked Hanuman. So here in the war, Hanumanji is always there. We always pray to Hanumanji, and whenever there is a recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, or wherever there is kirtans happening, it is said that Lord Hanuman is always there. Whenever, when I started speaking on Bhagavad and all, my first training by my guru was, say it to Hanumanji. You should not think who is listening. And that is the training I have always in my head. Even now in Zoom, I don't see you. I have not met most of you. For me, even though these names are there, but beyond all the names, I feel like when I open this and I start the first logo, it is like Hanumanji sitting. I am only telling it to him. My gurus are sitting. I'm only telling it to them. So Hanumanji is always there, and wherever there is Hanumanji, it is indicative victory is there for sure. And obviously, Lord Ram became as Krishna, and Hanumanji has to be there. How can he be without Hanumanji? Hanumanji is the brother of Bhima. Both are Pavan Putra. So we should know, Bhim is not ordinary. That is why he's able to perform this Herculean task. So these stories are there. All right. So here, Hanumanji is there. He took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra drawn in military, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna with these words. So Arjuna said, Arjuna Vacha 21 to 22. Senayorubayor madhye ratham sthapay me achyuta yavad eta niriksheham yodhu kaman avasthitan kai maya saha yodhvam asmin rana samudyame. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I might see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. I will read the purport of this. It's a nice purport for 21-22. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of his causeless mercy, he was engaged in the service of his friend. He never fails, Krishna, never fails in his affection for his devotees. And he is addressed herein as infallible. So the word here used for Krishna is Achyut. So today we learned so many names of Krishna. All of them have certain name. Here, Vyasdev used the word, Arjuna says, O Achyut. First line says, Senayor Ubhayor Madhe Ratham Sthapay me Achyuta. Achyut. Achyut means the infallible. Krishna is infallible. Means Krishna is Krishna, he is God. Here he has become even though he is taking the chariot of his friend Arjun, that doesn't bring his position down. It's like there are two friends. If I offer to take you, you are my friend. If I offer to take you, okay, I'll drive you and I'll take you to some place. So I take you on a friendly basis. We are both friends and we are going out on a drive and I drive you. That doesn't make me your driver. It doesn't bring my position down. I am me, your friend. So same way. Even though Krishna is taking the chariot of his friend, he is not the driver. His position does not change. He is God who has become, out of his causeless mercy, he has become the friend, and out of his more causeless mercy, he is leading the chariot. When you read Mahabharata, Krishna goes out of his way, in the night when everybody has come from the war, because he is not fighting, right? He's only doing the chariot. And everybody comes out from the war and they're all tired. They go back to their camp and everybody is sleeping so deeply. And all these horses, their legs are paining because they also fought. Krishna goes in the night to the stables. He takes oil, massages all these horses. The horses are showing so much love to Krishna, and Krishna is loving them and giving them all the energy that they need so that they can also sleep well. And Krishna does not sleep. In the night, he's guarding the camp. He ensures everybody gets everything. Everybody gets proper sleeps so that they are refreshed for the next day's war. That is Krishna. Can you imagine? He goes to the stables, cleans the stables, taking care of the horses, taking care of everybody. He does not fall down. He is God. He's doing it all out of love for his loved ones. This is Krishna. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is Rishikesha, the Lord of the total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord. And similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. He takes greater pleasure in his pure devotees assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than he does in being the giver of orders. Since he is the master, everyone is under his orders and no one is above him to order him. But when he finds that a pure devotee is ordering him, he obtains transcendental pleasure, although he is the infallible master in all circumstances. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousins and brothers, but he was forced to come into the battlefield by the obstinacy of Duryodhana, who was never agreeable to any peaceful negotiation. Therefore, he was very anxious to see who was the leading person present at the battlefield. Although there was no question of peacemaking endeavor on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again and to see how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war. So Krishna here they say, Krishna likes to take order from his devotees. It's just like, as parents, when our kids are small, our kids they like to order us. Mom, do this, mom, do that. We like those orders. It doesn't make our position small. We doesn't, if they are ordering us out of love, we like those orders. We are not always we always don't want to give orders to others, right? So it's just like that. Friends, if they show us that, oh, you're mine and I'm ordering you to do this, get me this, get me that, we love that. Our friend may call us, get coffee for me. He gives us an order, get a coffee for me. Oh, while you're going there, pick up something like this. Can you help me with this? Can you help me? Tomorrow I have a party. Can you come to my home and help me with the kitchen work? Don't our friends give us these orders sometimes? We go to people's homes. We have a party. We clean up their kitchen also sometimes and come back. So when we are doing all this, these are loving exchanges between friends. Nobody becomes bigger or smaller here. Like a kid can order their parents. The parent's position does not change. The parent is parent only. The kid is kid only. Friends are friend only. Same way. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He takes all these orders. Arjuna is saying, oh Krishna, please take this chariot in the middle of the battlefield. I want to see who all are standing and who all want to fight. So Krishna is taking the chariot. He's taking the orders from Arjuna. But this is a friendly give and take, friendly relation that is happening here. So Arjuna says, let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. After this, Arjuna, Krishna is taking the chariot there and Sanjay is sitting there in Delhi, in Hastinapur with Dhritarashtra. Sanjay is the narrator. Sanjay says, O king, so I can see Krishna is taking the chariot to the battlefield. And Sanjay says, O descendant of Bharata, having thus being addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. So this comes in slok number 24. Eva mukto hrishikesho gudakeshena bharata senayor ubayor madhye sthapitva ratho uttamam. Sanjay says, with Dhritarashtra, who is seeing everything, he says, Rishikesh, Lord Shri Krishna, took the chariot of Gudakesha Arjuna. Who is Gudakesha? Gudakesha means, Gudaka means sleep. Someone who has conquered his sleep is called Gudakesha. Arjuna's name here is called as Gudakesha. Arjuna has conquered his sleep. Means that's how alert Arjuna is. Conquered his sleep means these people were for 12 years going from one forest to another in exile, 13 years. When the family is, in the jungle, Arjuna's duty was to protect them. So Arjuna would, he would be awake the whole night, and when they are moving from one place to another, he would sleep on the horses. That's how prepared he was. So he says, Gudakesha, somebody who has conquered his sleep means he's that expert. He's that alert. And also Gudakesha means sleep means ignorance. Somebody who has conquered his ignorance is called Gudakesha. So this Arjun, whom Krishna is taking, Arjun is not an ignorant person. Arjun has conquered his ignorance. And Krishna, who is holding his senses, is taking him to show him who all are there. And in the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. And Krishna said, look Partha, look Arjuna, look all this people who are assembled here. There, Arjuna could see within the midst of both the parties, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his father-in-law and well-wishers. When the son of Kunti, Arjun saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed and spoke thus. After that, so what he spoke, Arjun goes there, he sees everybody. Even though he was referred as Gudakesha, somebody who is conquered ignorance, even though such a person who has all the knowledge, at that moment when he sees all his loved ones standing against him fighting, he's overwhelmed by compassion. Compassion overcomes him and he forgets what is right, what is wrong, why is he here. And he starts speaking out of compassion for them. And that compassion is not the right kind of compassion, because that compassion was for his family, for his people. But Arjun is an army person, he's a military man. A military man's compassion is for the whole country. It cannot be for only his family. Arjun was the warrior class. Arjun was the king class.